Yeah. Welcome to New Realities. My name is Alan Steinfeld, and this is a very special show where I've collected a bunch of people from different communities around the world, and we're going to be talking about a new way of living together, a new paradigm that is being established where people are moving out of the isolation of their individual apartment or house and gathering with others to live in a different way. So I want to introduce today's panelists here. We have Isis Aquarius from the Source Brotherhood community, which is probably the oldest, most established community at the table here.
Early 70s.
Early 70s. And then next to Isis, we have Jim Stoll and Bernadine and Charles Paul Brown from the People Unlimited, which is a community based on immortality. Physical immortality is the key here.
That's the key. Right.
Yeah.
The key. Physical immortality, we'll be talking more about that. And then to my left here is Ron and Victoria Friedman from the Vistar Foundation. And they have more of a collective group which deals with communication and understanding each other. And then next to Ron we have Alicia, who represents the One Taste community, originally out of San Francisco, and lives in a sexual collective of about 50 people. They're establishing something here in New York. And we're just going to throw it out and talk about this idea of living in communities. But let's start with Isis, because you were like a hippie community in the, right? I mean, you were like the person, you weren't.
We came in as hippies because that was the time frame, the late 60s, early 70s. And very quickly morphed into a mystery school of about 200 people living communally in the Hollywood Hills, and we ran a famous restaurant called The Source.
Right. And so what was the idea about the...
we feel that you must all feel or have the same purpose in order to bring about a unity. And I myself awakened to physical immortality, a cellular happening, I call it, in the spring of 1960.
Right.
And I began to look for others. That I felt there had to be others, because I became aware that that was the next step, the next phase for humanity. So I met Bernadine 9 months later, and then Jim in 1968. And from there I began to move around the country looking for people, and realizing that in order to bring this about, there had to be a real cellular agreement. A biological agreement, a psychological agreement. And everything we've heard too is there's a lot of connection here going on.
Right.
And so I'm excited about this.
So it's based on a belief. You have to be part of this community. You want to know that it's possible to be physically immortal, or open to the possibility.
That's right.
Right. And in your community, it's not so much a belief, it's what to be included into your...
Well, I think what everyone is saying here is that people have gathered together for a cause.
Right.
And we certainly feel that. But we're interested in the actual gathering, put the cause aside. We're interested in what is the potential of people coming together. Because we've gathered together since the beginning of time. You know, we've gathered together for everything, for, you know, to protest, to fight, to, you know, to love. We've gathered together. But those are the causes. But there's a potential of gathering together. The fact, and we've always wanted to do that. So we are very interested in the actual gathering of people together, no matter, the cause is great, and every cause is wonderful to look at that, especially a spiritual cause. But, you know, the fact that we gather together, we're interested in seeing what is happening and what is the quality there.
So your doors are open to anyone who wants to gather.
We're very mainstream.
Right. And Alicia, what is there like a prerequisite to join One Taste or be?
We got so preoccupied on our own practice and our own investigation that we couldn't see outside that well, and so there's this wanting to have the breath. So that there's a lot of movement in, and we're affected by what comes in, and there's breath created there, and then we're able to put out wonderful, beautiful things. So it's like that breath that we're constantly looking for, and that's what creates growth and expansion too.
Can you just talk about the thing of orgasm, putting that back into the conversation? Tell them about that, because I think they'll enjoy that.
Yeah, and I appreciate how you guys are so, yes, physical immortality. Boom, and it lands so clearly, and that's one of the things. We really are unequivocally about orgasm. And well, and that's a great